Hello, my name is Michael Burry. I'm the winemaker here at Angel Estate Winery. I've got about 20 years of experience in the wine business, and I've been here making fruit wine with Angel Estate for 3 years. Today what we're going to look at for our inaugural video is our blueberry wine, which is our flagship wine, and we devote a lot of attention to it. We've collected our berries from our property and we put them in the freezer for a couple weeks, and now we're going to thaw them. They are almost thawed, and we're going to deposit them into tank and prepare for the next ferment. We're going to take this blueberry in a couple different ways. We're going to make the blueberry table or Blue Angel, blueberry port, blueberry dessert. So right at the beginning, at the outset of this ferment, we'll take it in those three dimensions, and we'll walk through that today with you. Hope you enjoy. So here on the pallets we have about 10,000 kilos of blueberries. We've already put 10,000 kilos of blueberries in our tanks, and now we're going to dump the rest of these blueberries into the tanks for fermentation. So with the 20,000 liters, we'll probably estimate about 16,000 liters of wine, which will come out to about 20,000 bottles in this run of wine. And with the wine, because they're frozen, we'll try to get up to about 5 or 6 degrees. We've got a special yeast that is tolerant of colder temperatures, and we'll begin fermentation. We want to initiate this fermentation fairly quickly after thawing, because we don't want any other invasive yeasts to come in and that can create a spoiling effect on the wine. So the idea is to thaw the berries as quickly as possible, get them into tank, and initiate fermentation. With fermentation, all we're adding is basically the yeast strains, and with these different tanks, we'll probably take 2 tanks with the blueberry table wine. We'll take a tank of blueberry port and a tank of blueberry dessert, all of which will have different parameters. With the blueberry dessert, and the blueberry port, we want a higher alcohol, so we will take a yeast that is tolerant of higher alcohols and will ferment to a higher level. Whereas the blueberry table, we're only shooting for 11%, so we're going to use this one yeast that is tolerant of colder temperatures to start initiate that fermentation. These tanks are jacketed with a glycol system cooling, so we can control the temperature of what's going on in the tank. So as the yeast initiates fermentation, so it's starting to eat the sugars, and it's converting the sugar into 3 different things. CO2, gas, which just blows off, sugar. The sugar is also consumed by the yeast, which it eats, which creates CO2, alcohol, and heat. The heat blows off, and then the alcohol that's remaining is used in the wine. So there's that, there's the yeast, and that's it that goes into our fermentation, and everything's very natural. We don't add water, and this is from start to finish pretty basic. The idea is really clean fruit, and the freezing effect has macerated the berries so that they're easily mashed, and then they will release their juices easier. So that's the process. So we're going to start. We already dumped a lot of blueberries in the tanks, but now we'll button up the hatches here and get the forklift going, and we'll drop in some more berries. certified organic, we use 0 sprays. There are organic sprays to use, but we don't spray anything. Because of our location and our moderate temperature, because of the water, and because we're so close to the water, we don't have any pressures from pesticides or sprays from neighbors or anything like that. We actually would easily qualify as organic, but we're just not certified yet. It takes a few years in order to get the certification. So pretty much every bottle that comes out of our facility should be considered organic.